And gentlemen, welcome to the AGS TV channel. It is Aston Villa against Manchester United, a team we are notoriously pretty bad against, unfortunately for me, and as well as Aston Villa. No matter how good we seem to be or how bad they are, it is something that we continuously have struggled with playing them at Villa Park. The last time Villa beat Man United at Villa Park was Unai Emery's first game in charge at Aston Villa. It was a 3-1 win. I think Jacob Ramsey even scored in that, as well as a very rare Luke Digne free kick in that game. Ironically, he hasn't really took many free kicks ever since, which I find very, very bizarre and strange. Anyway, so this afternoon, this evening, whatever you want to call it, is Villa against Man United. Prior to that win, though, with Unai Emery's first game in charge, it was 1995 was the last time that Aston Villa have beaten Manchester United in the league at home. I mean, that is a horrid record that has lasted far too long. Now, a lot of these games, in fairness, were draws. Also, there was a spell of time where Villa were not even in the Premier League. But I mean, some of the even at like a very good prime Villa side, you go back. I'm just having a look here. A 1-0 defeat in 2004, and on that day we had bloody hell, Lee Hendry, Peter Whittingham, Gareth Barry, Juan Pablo Angel. Even those Aston Villa sides still couldn't beat Manchester United at home. And even when they had Erik ten Hag, one of the worst managers in Manchester United history, we still couldn't do it. We drew 0-0 with them last season. Also on the final day of the season, Villa lost 2-0. Very controversially, I will say that. To Man United, as the referee disallowed a goal from Rodgers that was completely legal. And he blew his whistle before the ball went into the net, so VAR couldn't even intervene. Terrible refereeing, cost us £100 million with a mistake, and Villa even put out a complaint to PGMOL. Anyway, it's a big game. Like I said, huge game today for both teams. Villa, we are still in the title race. I'll keep saying I don't think we'll win it, but we're in it because we're close to it. It's that simple. A win today puts us once again a point behind Manchester City and 3 points behind Arsenal, who are barely scraping through their games. A last-second winner via own goal against the worst team in Premier League history as things stand, and a penalty won the game against Everton in a very, very drab 1-0 win yesterday, which I watched and did not enjoy. So Villa have to respond. Manchester City are flying. Another 3-0 win for them against West Ham. I mean, it wasn't even close. That's 3 consecutive 3-0 wins for them, following that chaotic 5-4 win over Fulham. Man City, though, they just get it done. They are the worst team, I think. If you're trying to win the league, I think they are the worst team to play. I think if you're trying to win the league with me, I think they're just horrid. They're a horrid team to play. No one wants to play them. No one wants to compete with them. Arsenal have already bottled several league titles to them. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I've just seen the replays of previous encounters with Man United. The famous Paul Scholes volley, 2006, nearly 2 decades since that goal. One of the best goals probably in Premier League history. It happened at Villa Park. How fun. And yet it was August 1995, a 3-1 win for Aston Villa. Roy Keane was playing for Manchester United that day, and Villa did beat United 3-1. Wow. Only 1 win at Villa Park against United since this game is crazy. This was 5 years before I was even born. Yeah. And bear in mind, we've had games, we were 2-0 up once. I remember as a kid, I think Christian Benteke scored. We were 2-0 up at home, and we lost 3-2 with a disastrous second half. How you doing, Benjamin? What is good? How you doing, my friend? Ian says up the Villa. Guys, give me your score predictions in the chat. I'm live on the Red platform as well as TikTok. Please feel free to follow whenever, wherever, how else you want to do it. It's up to you. I am thoroughly excited for this. I cannot wait. It is a big, big game. Ian says 3-0. Dom says 3-1. AGB says 3-1 to Aston Villa. How you doing, Flange? Says good afternoon. Let's do this. Need to break down the mental block today. And YHUJJ says 2-1 Villa win. Rodgers, Tielemans, assist or score. Bet ready. And Fitz says 2-1 United. Well, we'll go through both teams as the players are making their way out at Villa Park this evening. Flange also says 3-1 to Aston Villa. So a lot of Villa predictions. As you can see on screen, it is Emi Martinez in goal, Cash Konza, Victor Lindelof against his old team, and Ian Maxson make up the back four. We have a midfield pivot of Boubacar Kamara and Amadou Onana. Now, it is a guess, as well as everyone is trying to make the guess. Will it be Rodgers on the left or will it be Tielemans? I think it will be Rodgers out wide with Tielemans in the middle behind Ollie Watkins with John McGinn out on the right-hand side, and obviously Ollie up front on his own for Aston Villa. For United, there was a huge, huge debate, really. Would United pivot to a back four for the first time this season, following their problems with injuries, with suspensions to Casemiro? And most people thought today that we were going to see Kobe Mainoo, where apparently he is now injured. I don't believe that. I think it's a load of bollocks, personally. But it is Lamens in goal for them. A back three of Shaw, Heaven and Yoro. A left wing back Dorgu, right wing back Dallo. Midfield double of Bruno Fernandes and Manuel Ugarte. And a front three of Mason Mount, Benjamin Sesko, and the former Wolves player who must be perplexed as to how bad Wolves are now, Mateus Cunha. That is a very gettable midfield. I mean, Bruno and Ugarte. Bruno's not a central midfielder, and Ugarte is probably one of the least confident midfielders in the league. Like, they've refused to play him. Start. I think is it his first start in a very long time at the very least. He's come off the bench a few times, Ugarte, but he's clearly struggled with his form. But he has been forced in today for Man United. Now, if we can't beat this United team, we'll never beat United team at home ever again. This is a terrible Man United side. But our record is shocking, like I said. So if we can't beat them today, we'll never beat them at home. And I remember saying something similar when it was Erik ten Hag. He was terrible. And I said, if we can't beat that United team, we are dog shit. And we didn't beat them that day either. So God knows. To be honest, God knows what will happen. I do expect Aston Villa the worst team to play. Bear with me, sorry, I had a bit of echo there. I do expect Aston Villa to win today. We should win today, but the record does say otherwise. Please double tap screen if you're watching over on TikTok. Like I said, I'm live on the Red platform as well, so any likes will be appreciated over there. I'm going to give my score prediction today. I'm going to be very, very bold, and I'm going to say we should win today 2-1. We'll never get a clean sheet. Villa very rarely get clean sheets in the Premier League, but I do think we will win 2-1. We should win. We really should win. This is a very... I wouldn't say a shit Man United side, but it's a very gettable Man United team. I mean, they're 7th in the table. I watched them against Bournemouth. They defended terribly. Wolves, it was 1-1 at half-time at the Molineux. And they were pretty crap for that. And West Ham, they were winning against West Ham. Decided to park the bus against one of the worst teams in the league. And West Ham got an equaliser with 10 minutes to go. This is a very winnable team. It's a very, they're very gettable, I will say. You can get at their midfield 100%, especially with the injuries they've got. They beat a very tired Crystal Palace side as they just played in Europe. And prior to that, they lost 1-0 against 10-man Everton at home. We have to go and beat them. We have won 9 games in a row in all competitions. 9 games. Surely we make it 10. I know we have rode our luck in some games. I don't think we were impressive against Leeds. I don't think we were great against West Ham, but we did enough to win these games somehow. If we're going to drop the record, I'd rather drop it not against United. Please, let it be anyone else. We do have ref cam today, which is interesting, as the referee at Villa Park does have a camera on his... Is it on his chest? I'm not entirely sure. It looks interesting. We'll see how it goes. Rael says AJ's live and it's another good day. Well, I appreciate that, Rael. I appreciate it very, very much. It's Villa against Manchester United. And it will be Matheus Cunha to kick off here. I'm scared. I'm a little bit scared, to be honest. I shouldn't be. But here we are. We're alive. Cunha goes back to Lamens. Like I said, it should be 2-1. It should be 2-1 today. But we'll see. But I do think we should go and beat them. Whether we go and do that or not, God knows. But we should go and beat them. But United had the kickoff. They will start on the front foot, and we'll see how this goes. I appreciate all the follows and the shares as always, guys. But yeah, fair into Manchester. Sorry, I'm just trying to sort some things out. I did forget a couple things before I went live, so my fault, my bad. Just bear with me. Right. I've got their lineup on my phone. They do have a free kick. And United somehow have scored more set-piece goals than Arsenal. You wouldn't think that, by the way. It is Peter Drury and Gary Neville. I mean, you could just listen to me. Free kick comes in, Maatson away. I like Peter Drury, but I like him for the bigger games. He commentates games like they're all Champions League finals. Not everything has to be a poetic masterpiece, you know. He's great for the World Cup. I just don't think he's going to be... I don't want Peter Drury personally if it's like, you know, let's say it's Burnley against Fulham. I don't think Peter Drury fits the game. And I don't think he fits a Man United and a fairly out of form Man United side at Villa Park. We'll see though. We'll see. I hate the way he shouts all the time. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. And I don't like Gary Neville on the United games because he's just very biased, and I don't want Carragher on Liverpool games, and I don't want Gary Neville on United games. That's a foul and a free kick to Villa, surely. And Dallas says it's a dive from Morgan Rogers. Well, he can stuff it because, yeah, I mean, you can't just trip someone over and say they fell for nothing. Villa go long looking for Ollie. Well headed forward by Heaven. Ooh, good bounce actually for United. And a chance for Cunha. Oh my life. Bloody hell, it's just whipped past the post from Cunha. That's not far away. I'll try and sort my timer out. The timer's broken on screen. I apologise. Matheus Cunha, I mean, that is terrifying. If you guys have missed that, it's a whistling shot from him. Did it take a deflection off Konza? No, well, Martinez was rooted to spot. Bloody hell. I mean, it fell kindly for them. And it was hit first time from the former Wolves man, who probably would love a goal against Villa, considering who he used to play for. There you go, fixed it on screen for you lot. But that is the closest either team have come to scoring today. Benjamin says, why do they always put Neville on United game? I think it's because people like it when they lose and they're just very negative. That's what I think anyway. Gary says 3-0 in his prediction as well. Jay says, come on, boys, need another win, another big win today. Can we make it 10 wins in 10? It is a big if we can. Bit of scrappy play here for Aston Villa. McGinn comes away with it there. It's a good pass into Rodgers. Villa on the attack. Rodgers into Watkins. Ollie Watkins has a chance on his left foot. Cuts back inside. Tackle from Heaven is really good. It actually bounces into the path of Bruno Fernandes. Well, that was a chance for Aston Villa, and it all came about from a scrappy bit of play in the midfield, which John McGinn won. Played a wonderful ball to Rodgers. Man United were out of possession, out of players in position there, but I will say Heaven did so well there against Ollie Watkins. Ollie's a little bit too one-dimensional there. Doesn't trust his left foot. He hasn't been a very confident player this season. He just takes too long. Chops on his back, on his right foot. Yoro did well to stand him up, but Heaven made the tackle. I think he got hurt for his trouble there as well, a little bit. But I mean, it was kind of obvious that he was going to chop back on his right. We've seen that a few times this season. He's not super confident anyway. Even on his right foot, he's not super confident. But on a one-on-one on an angle, a confident Ollie would take that left-footed. But I wouldn't say he's a confident Daniel Marlon goes left-footed there. 100%. Daniel Marlon. He either outpaces Lenny Yoro or he takes it on his left foot. A confident player would go and do that. Where Marlon, usually, even if Marlon isn't confident, he plays like one. Where Ollie Watkins is a very emotional player and will often play to his confidence level, and his confidence is low, so he won't make the risk and have a go on his left foot. But he lost the ball in the process, so I don't know. Agate. It's heaven now for United into Lenny Yoro. I will say I'm a bit surprised. We've got no Kobbie Mainoo. I know they announced his injury today, but they kept that very quiet, and basically everyone only knew from today. I don't believe it. I don't think it's true. I think there's a little bit of fibbing going on there because of the whole situation of Kobbie Mainoo's brother wearing a free Mainoo shirt, and I think they've just made up the fact that he's injured. I don't believe it. You can't make me believe that. It's just far too convenient. He would start today if he was fit. Hasn't started all season, and I just think it's To me, it's obvious that he's not really injured. Or if he is, I think they've really milked it. Because what injury could he possibly get a day before they play? What could have possibly happened? Like, surely, if he knew he was playing it, he would train light. Especially when you haven't started this season, several players out in the midfield. I just think it's a load of bull. But we'll see how they get on without him. Oh, good tackle. That's the chance of Villas. 4-3 here. Amadou Onana, options to his left and right. Onana into John McGinn. Good save, Lemons. And then the rebound kept out. Oh, John McGinn's shot was good. Was that Ollie Watkins on the rebound? Another good save there. Great pass. Onana waited for John McGinn. First time shot is saved. It was Heaven's block. It wasn't even a Lammon's double save. It was Heaven's coming across to make the challenge to deny Aston Villa. And I mean, look, it's good defending from them, but probably should have been a goal, really. When you have a rebound like that. Corner comes in. It's Maatsen! Oh! What is going on? I think my TikTok live has ended for some reason. Hang on, I'm just going to double check that. My TikTok live has gone down. Why has it gone down for? All right, guys, you're gonna have to bear with me. For some reason, my TikTok live has just gone down for no reason, and I've never had that happen before in a live stream. So do bear with me. I need to go get some stuff for it. I have no idea what's going on. I've never had that happen before. I have never had that happen before. Not mid-stream. I have no idea why that has gone off. So I'm just going to have to set it up here. I apologise. Why would they do that? Is it for I don't know if it's connection issues or whatever, but the stream has gone down. to move this out of the way. Oh, this is so annoying. What a nightmare. Never become a live streamer. You have to deal with so much annoyance every time. It genuinely is not worth it. Right. Sorry, I am now back over on YouTube. On TikTok. I don't know what happened there, but my live stream just for some reason cut out. No idea. It's never happened live for me before. And I've had to start it back on my phone because it's just not allowing me to do it on my PC anymore. Amazing. Oh, tackle on Kamara is pretty good from Mason Mount. Couldn't you? 10 minutes gone, though. It has been a very interesting game. I think both sides have shown a bit of quality. I think defensively, United, I'll give them credit. I think they defended quite well under some real tough situations. I think Heaven has already made a couple important challenges. I'm going to put some stats on screen. What the hell is happening here? I have no idea what is going on in my live streams today. It has been chaos. So I'm going to fix what's going on over there. Like I said, apologies, guys. My stream went down. I've never had a stream go down on TikTok ever. And it just randomly went down. I don't know. It said like connection, but then everything seemed to be fine elsewhere, so I don't know. No idea. But I'm just fixing some stuff now, guys. I'm fairly happy though with how we started today. I don't think we've started too bad. It's not going to be easy today. We are playing a tough side. We've hit them on the break already twice. All right, one side fixed. What else wants to break or stop working today? I wonder, because everything that's decided it doesn't want to work for me today. Right, apologies. If you do want to see the stats and stuff, you can just go over to the red platform. I'm live there. It was showing here until the stream crashed, so I apologise. But it's up to you. If you want to watch it here, feel free. Villa go long towards Ollie Watkins. It's a good bit of defending. I think we get a corner for that from the challenge from Heaven, and we will take that all day, every day. Again, it's just one direct long ball for Aston Villa. Taken down pretty well from Watkins. It's a good tackle from Heaven. Aston Villa, though, I tell you what, we will love a corner. 19-year-old Aiden Heaven, credit where it's due, I think has dealt quite well with Aston Villa. Corner to Villa, though. Like I said, Yuri Tielemans will take Amadou Onana, Ezri Konsa, Watkins, all are the options for Aston Villa. We go short into John McGinn in the box. McGinn's cross is deflected, and Villa have another corner. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure what that whole routine was about, if I'm going to be honest. We took a corner across the floor there to John McGinn inside the box. It didn't work, but we still have another corner, but it did not work at all. I'll read some of the comments in a sec, guys. Sorry. Corner comes in, headed away by Bruno. Couldn't beat the first man. I always get annoyed when a corner can't beat the first man, in truth. Cash puts a cross in. It's poor. And Lamens will catch that all day. The last two crosses have been shocking. Tyler says, please win as a Chelsea fan. Anything Liverpool says, come on Villa, beat the Manc Rats. Billy said, do you think someone's going to score a bicycle kick for us this season? Probably not. They are very rare. I mean, they typically end up in like the goal of the season categories. We scored a lot of screamers from outside the box, and I think the goal of the season, probably a third of them will be Aston Villa goals. But not a bicy. I think the last bicycle kick goal Villa scored was Danny Ings, actually. I don't know if there's been one since then, but it was Danny Ings from a Matty Cash throw-in a few years ago. Well, the referee has given a foul here, which I do not agree with. He's won the ball there, Cash. That is soft. He's literally won the ball. Yeah, it's a good tackle from Cash, and he's rightfully livid. That the decision has gone against him there. He's literally won nothing but the ball there. But quarter of an hour gone. Free kick to United. It's been an interesting game. It's been a slow game at times. It's been very scrappy in midfield, which, I mean, I'm not surprised with. Essentially, their wing backs have, they form part of their midfield, and there's been like a dogged fight there. But John McGinn has come out on top a couple of occasions, and we've caught the ball quite high up against United already. They did have a chance of their own though. Mateus Cunha with a whistling shot just wide. I think it was in the first minute of the game, and he might have another chance here. Cunha puts it out towards the left-hand side. Cross is well defended from Cash, and it will be a goal kick to Aston Villa. That's brilliant from Matty Cash. That is fantastic. Really, really good. 1-on-1 against Dorgu. Really well defended. Stood him up, deflected it back off Dorgu, and it will be a goal kick to Aston Villa. I'm watching it live on Sky Sports main event. Someone had to score. Do you think it'd be a game like this? A game like this, I reckon. Say it was 1-0 Villa. I reckon it would be a Yuri Tielemans goal. That's what I feel. I think maybe a loose ball or a shot at the edge of the box coming to Tielemans. I think either him or Morgan Rogers. It is Rogers out on the left-hand side, which is what I thought it would be. There was a chance it could have been Yuri Tielemans. I do prefer Rogers when he's in the middle, to be honest, but it is what it is. I would rather it not be Rogers out. Well, I just think Rogers is better down the middle. I think he provides better passes, gets heavily involved in games when he's in the middle, but I don't know. It's a tactical decision. I think we like to have midfield battles that we think we can win. We did it with Arsenal. I thought we handled their midfield pretty well. But I don't know. I probably would have gone with something different today. Obviously, no Jadon Sancho as well. Good idea to play a ball forward, by the way, into Benjamin Šeško. But I think between Lindelof and Maatsen, we defended that quite well, actually. Bit of fortune, but Maatsen comes away with it, plays it back to Martinez. There was a worry about him not being in goal today, by the way. Thanks for the 4 roses from Welder. I appreciate you. It is still goalless, yep. We've played right through their press here. Kamara, not the greatest of balls out wide to Morgan Rogers, but he does keep it in play and in possession. Maatsen's touch is heavy, but he still comes away with it. Clips a pass out wide to McGinn. McGinn flicks it towards Cash. Won back by Luke Shaw. He volleys it forward. It's been a very scrappy game. It'll probably suit them more than us, to be honest, but I don't think it's been a tidy game of football from either team so far. Kamara back to Conta. Still gutted about no Pau Torres. I think we are a lot worse of a team without Torres, not only defensively, but his passes have unlocked teams time and time again. One of the best passing ranges, we've got in the team. I think he's one of the best passers we've got. So to not only lose out on his defending, but also his passing, it helps transition the ball from defence to attack. He has been a big miss. Although I think Lindelof has stepped up, he just isn't going to play a pass that Pau Torres is going to play, unfortunately. I think we'll go to Barca. Can they afford him? I've been hearing for years they've got money trouble, but they continue to try and buy players. I don't know. We'll see. He'll probably want to go there. He's Spanish, isn't he? So he'd probably want to play for them, but we'll see. Offside Rogers. As Villa try and go along. If you guys cast your mind back to last year, where we played these in a 0-0 draw against an Eric Ten Hag side, it was probably Morgan Rogers' worst ever game. I can't lie, he was terrible. But yeah, Guys, we've got 180 in the live stream. I appreciate all your support as always. 20 minutes gone. It's still goalless. It's not been a fantastic game of football between these two sides, but still a long way to go. Flicked on towards Mason Mount here. That's a foul, surely. It is. Free kick to Aston Villa as Mason Mount pulls over Ian Matson. I'll ask the chat. Opinions on Mason Mount. Do you guys rate him as a player? I think he's beyond his peak. I will say that. I think the best of Mason Mount we've already seen. Injury issues have killed him, to be honest. I've had a shite and shit. I'm gonna, for some reason that got removed, and I don't know why. But don't worry, I saw the comments. Haven't already though, please do hit the like button and subscribe. I'll say subscribe. Well, you can subscribe to YouTube, but you can hit the follow. Not many Villa accounts on here. Oh, nice ball from Rodgers. Well cut out. I mean, Heaven has had a solid game. He's had a right solid game at centre-half for Man United. I say that his pass there was terrible, but defensively, he's done his job. But he's had quite a solid game at the back. It has been scrappy. It's been very scrappy. But I think you would narrowly say we've been the better side. We've come closest. I mean, it was a John McGinn shot save from Lamans, and then the rebound. Oh no, they have a chance here. What a save, Martinez! Well, as I was saying, Villa have been the better side. Man United get a little bit of luck there. The ball bounces and finds its way to Sesko. Is this a misread? Bit of defending. I need to see this again. Oh, yeah, it's a mistime header from Ezri Konsa, and the ball fell very loose and very kind to Benjamin Sesko. But a great save from Martinez on rushing, making the save at the feet of Benjamin Sesko. United do a long throw and flicked. Oh, I don't like this at all. It was flicked on by Ian Matson and then volleyed into the air by Lindelof, caught by Martinez, thankfully. But yeah, I mean, Ezri Konsa, who I rate very heavily, he had a couple of mistakes against West Ham, and then here is a mistime header from him that has led to Benjamin Sesko 1-on-1. It's a good bit of goalkeeping from Martinez. It has kept Aston Villa at level here. Probably should have been a goal for United, to be honest. Someone scored a bicycle kick for us this season. Who do I think it'd be? It's such a very specific question. You know what? I don't think we'd attempt it, to be honest. If you were to say anyone, what would you say? Would you say Morgan Rodgers? But then he often plays out wide. So, like, in what situation would he be in that situation? Oh, my life. They have another chance here. Sesko rounds Martinez, but his touch is very heavy. And it will, I mean, he's had to put it out of play for a throw-in to Aston Villa he'd rather concede that than a goal kick. But there has been a collision, though, between Martinez and Cash. Sesko causing problems for Villa. That is what I will say. And he's trying to challenge Victor Lindelof more than Konsa. Is definitely leaning towards Lindelof here. And what happened here? Cash trying to stop Sesko. With Martinez coming off his line, essentially just smashes into Martinez and hurts himself and Emi in the process. Logan has been quite a boring first half. It really has. Guys, we've got 275 of you in the TikTok live. Please double tap screen. We've only had 1,000 likes. We can get that up. Surely by half time we can double that. Easy 2K. Easy 2K in the building. Score, it's 0-0. It is 0-0 here between the two sides. Like I said, I am the jinx because I said I think Aston Villa have been the better side, and then you've got Sesko with probably the best chance of the game, you'd argue. 1-on-1 on an angle, really good save from Martinez. And since then, another chance to go 1-on-1, but Martinez closing down the angle and the space led to Sesko taking a heavy touch. We've got a bit of the ref cam here, which I do love a bit of ref cam. That should be a thing, by the way. In general. Oh, the cam is on his ear. So you actually get to see like the eye line of the referee. Oh, yeah. Cash has just put his knee into Martinez's head. Oh, dear. I think Emi's fine, though. But he did get a knee to his head for his trouble there. Villa so overachieving. Well, John, How many teams could you think this season would win 9 in a row in all competitions? So you can have that opinion, but how many clubs do you reckon would actually win 9 in a row this season? Because there won't be many. And I don't think we've played well in some of these games. I don't think we were great against Leeds. I don't think we were great against West Ham United. I think there's been a lot of games where we've not been amazing. I thought Wolves. I thought at home to one of the worst teams we've seen in Premier League history. I thought we were awful against Wolves, to be honest. But we just keep finding the way. I don't know how, but we keep finding ways to win. League is over 39 games, not 9. I mean, you'll have teams that don't win 9 all season. Wolves have hit Christmas and not got 1. Wolves haven't even got points on the board that resemble a win. So you can say what you want, but we're doing very well this season. Even if we don't win today, it still doesn't. We've still had an incredible season. The fact we are in title contending, we're in the shout for the title. There's been videos made about Aston Villa in a title race. It must rattle a lot of people who hate Villa. Anyone who hates Villa is fuming. They are seething, especially if you're a Birmingham fan, when they're playing utter shit football in the Championship, wanting their manager to get sacked. It must be funny for teams who hate Villa to see how well we're doing. I know it drives them insane. Edwards, the score prediction. I said 2-1 start today. I said 2-1. But we'll see. But yeah. It is funny to see people hate Villa. I find it funny. You must be rattled. Every time Villa win, it must rattle some people who hate this club. I bet they cry themselves to sleep. Cash goes long. Does go out of play. Man United get thrown on the far side. We'll probably have quite a bit of injury time here, following the collision with Martinez and Matty Cash. Bizot did get ready just in case he had to come on, but Martinez has stayed on the pitch for Aston Villa. He looks fine, probably a little bit dazed. I mean, it was a collision of Cash's knee into his head, so I'm sure that has probably it probably dazed him a little bit. What minute am I on? I'm on 27. I can double check to see if I've got the... I don't think I've accidentally done something with latency. No, it's 27:17. Yeah. You got to remember, when I'm saying this, you will hear it seconds later. So it's, what I say isn't what you hear in the same second you hear it, if that makes any sense. Bruno Fernandes for United. He plays a very long ball forward. He loves the Hollywood pass, doesn't he, Bruno? I watched United a few times this season. I just think it's such a useless pass to make, and every now and then it will come across well, and it might do well for a TikTok clip or an edit, but a pass like that typically never works. I wonder why he does it. I know it winds up Mark Goldbridge whenever he does it. It's just like a silly way to hand possession back under no pressure, really. Agate's awful, says Mustafa. Well, it was Agate who got robbed, wasn't it? For the John McGinn chance. Or can you try? Oh, that's a nice idea to find Sesko. Sesko's definitely been one of their brighter players today. I'll say that. Kamara finds Tielemans, turns fouled. Surely there he is. Free kick, foul from Agate on Tielemans, and he's complaining to the referee, but I don't know what his complaints is really about. But it's free kick to Aston Villa. Tielemans still wincing in pain a little bit there. I don't think that was a comfortable one. I wouldn't be surprised, by the way, if we see Martinez go off at half time. We've had it a couple of times at Villa where it's a little head injury and they'll review at half time, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's a decision that we do make. But he looks fine to continue as of right now, so we'll just see how it goes. Heaven finds Agate. Good pass, actually, forward into Mason Mount. Cuts back in on the inside into Bruno. Outside the foot pass from Bruno into Luke Shaw. Shaw has Dorgu out wide. Shaw finds Bruno. Bruno into Dorgu. Cash comes to close him down. Yeah, they're quite patient. I mean, I say they're patient. What is that from Agate? What on earth is that from Agate? I mean, he's not helping himself, is he? He's not helping himself. It will be a goal kick to Aston Villa. That's just terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Martinez fine. Can't see why they'd take him off. It's just modern football. They treat head stuff quite seriously. We'll see, but the fact we're still seeing Bizot warm up is typically a sign that he'll be taken off. Flange, we do have more gears to go. I still think we're in second gear here, but that's been a constant theme of Villa. I don't think Villa, despite the wins that we've got, I don't think we've been that great. I don't think we were great against Basel. I don't think we were great, like I said, against Leeds. I don't think we were great against West Ham, especially. But we always find games. We find ways in games, and it's usually a bit of quality and a bit of magic from someone, alongside just consistent like 7 out of 10s across the field. And so far, again, I don't think we've been amazing today, but we keep finding ways. So, I'll back us all the way. Like, I've just had a question here. I think is winning this. You would probably still say Aston Villa, just because the fact we've won 9 in a row, in all competitions. And I made the point where, like, someone in my chat might say, "Oh, but Villa haven't played well today." But I'm like, well, we haven't played in a lot of games this season. McGinn tries to find Watkins. Good bit of defending that to flick it away from Ali, as McGinn tries to find him with a direct ball. I do like some of our passing today. I think some of the decision making hasn't been fantastic, but I like some of the ideas, even if they haven't worked. We've forced essentially Aiden Heaven to make a lot of really impressive interceptions. He's probably been man of the match today, in fairness, Aiden Heaven, in that back three for Man United. But yeah, that's what I think. My boyfriend said I have to watch the Villa match to win, but I can't find a good streaming link. I don't have anything available, unfortunately, because I'm on Sky Sports main event. But if anyone in the chat wants to recommend somewhere to go, feel free. Oh, nice bit of play here. Rodgers has a shot, but it's across the floor, and it will be a simple save at the end for Lamens. He's done the hard part there, Rodgers, which is to get away and to, run into space, really. Rodgers, one-on-one, skips by Yoro like he's not even there. Has a shot through the legs of Heaven, but into the arms of Lamens. I mean, the keeper would have a nightmare for that to go in. I don't think he catches it very well at all. He's probably trying to find the far corner, but his connection wasn't great, and he puts it down the middle of the goal. You put £3,000 on Villa. They better. I mean, if you've put heavy money on Villa, that's on you. I would never bet on this club. I have seen too much. I mean, you should never bet on the team you support anyway, but I think we're a very unpredictable team. Typically, I know we've won a lot of games in a row, but I still think we're quite unpredictable even now. So I wouldn't put the money on that. I mean, the first half against West Ham, we were pretty shocking. I can't lie. We created nothing and had some terrible individual errors. I mean, even here, it's just losing the ball sloppily midfield. Good save, Martinez, as a long shot from Cunha towards the near post. I think once we get out of our own final third, once we move out of it, we're fine. It's just we've been dispossessed far too many times. In our own backline, trying to escape and play on the counter attack. That's been my real disappointment today. Just losing the ball deep in our own half. It's been happening time and time again today, which that we typically don't usually see. I think we've carried the ball quite well in general this season. Cunha, I think he took a heavy touch there. It's just forced him to either go out wide to Dorgu, and instead he turns around, plays it into Shaw instead. Dorgu into Cunha. nearly runs into trouble with Kamara. Again, essentially every time Cunha's on the ball, he's just been forced backwards or sideways. Yoro out wide to Dallo on the right-hand side. 35 minutes gone. It is still goalless at Villa Park. We've got 370 of you in the live stream. Please double tap the screen. We've got 2.9k likes. Any follows will be appreciated as well. We're on our way to 8,000. Not many Villa TikTokers about, so if you want to follow a Villa TikToker just to laugh at us when we lose, if you're not a Villa fan, feel free. Good tackle, Mattson under pressure there as Dallo. I mean, if he got lucky and got a ricochet, he's probably one-on-one with Martinez on an angle there. But it was not only good individual defending. I mean, that's shocking again. Yuri Tielemans dummies it, expecting his teammate to take the ball, and they're just not on the same wavelength. And now Cunha puts a cross in. Mattson does well to chest that to Martinez. This has been pretty poor. The last 10 minutes. I keep jinxing it because like someone in chat about 20 minutes ago said he's been the better side. I said Villa, and then Sesko had a one-on-one within like 5 seconds of me saying it. And then I said actually I think we've had good patterns of play. I think we've passed the ball well. And since I've said that, we have lost the ball in stupid areas. So I just need to shut up. Apparently, I don't know what's going on today. And look, we've had some really poor first halves. At times in the Premier League this season, but you got to keep the ball better than that. Got to do it. It's all Man United not playing well, very sloppy as a patch. I don't think it's all United. I mean, we've had more shots than them. They've had a bit of the ball, but United always have a lot of the ball because they play a back five. I don't really care about ball possession. I think it's one of the most overrated stats in football because I've seen Villa have 70% away at Brentford earlier this season. We couldn't hit a barn door. It's just sideways passing. And that's essentially what United have played a lot of. Sideways balls. They do try and play long toward... Again, though, United trying to play long. Won back by Villa, but they do win the second ball of Yoro. And the pass is bad again. So every time United don't play a sideways pass, they seem to lose it. Now, Villa could be on the break here. John McGinn has space to run into. Watkins out on the... out wide, but McGinn temporarily gets dispossessed. It falls out to Yuri Tielemans, who bends it past the post. I don't blame him for shooting, to be fair. I don't blame him for that, but that should have been something. Agate, in fairness, has made a really good tackle on McGinn. It doesn't stop Villa's attack initially, and the ball falls to Tielemans. It's just tried to bend that in from about 30 yards. He will have to hit that very, very well to cause any kind of problem, but he hits it, it goes wide. And it's kind of a waste. I think in the situation that we had there with McGinn in space, which should have led to something more, Onana does well there. Plays past into Tielemans. Tielemans is fouled, surely. It's again scrappy. The referee doesn't give a foul. Now Bruno getting pressed heavily by Onana. Tackle by Onana. Has the referee given a foul for that? That's so. Of some of the fouls that I'm just not going to say it, but some of the stuff we've seen this season, sure. Onana has hassled Bruno there. Bruno had no idea where to go. I mean, okay, fair enough. I thought he got the ball. He doesn't actually. I think he catches Bruno's foot. Yeah. He's in fairness, he's not far away. That was close. Hello to you, Jerome. Emery will have a plan half time, says Flange, and yeah. We'll see. Former Villa manager Dean Smith is in Villa Park today. He is manager of Charlotte FC over in America. I wonder what he thinks of today. Fatty says 0-0. Dino, again, someone at Villa who couldn't manage to get a win against Manchester United. Ball possession means controlling. It doesn't usually. It can do okay, but not really. I mean, so we've seen Manchester City go to the Emirates and have like 40% of the ball and come away with a very comfortable win. You play what suits you, and I feel like there are games where a team can have very little of the ball and still win like 3-4-0, and I would say they controlled the game. It's just because you pass the ball sideways more than an opponent doesn't mean anything. What's happened here, Bruno? I think Bruno's done his hamstring here. Oh dear. What's happened here, Bruno? Bruno just put the ball out of play for United. Oh, well, the physio will come on there to have a look what's going on. But Bruno looking a little bit sore there. Opinions of Watkins starting? I probably would have started Marlon today, to be honest. But Ollie, I mean, Unai loves him. He loves his work rate. I just don't think he's had a good season. I wouldn't start him personally, but I'm not Unai Emery. I'm not. It is what it is. I don't know what that was about, by the way. And I know Bruno's still limping a little bit, but I was expecting a physio to come on and assess Bruno there, but we've just carried on playing. Sure. Not entirely sure what that is about. United play long, finding Dorgo actually quite well there. Into Cunha it goes. Love seeing Dino on Villa TV live earlier. Grew up around the corner from him, and my dad used to drink with this. Oh, that's nice. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I remember when we got promoted, and it was like a Villa manager in charge with a Villa fan captain. It just felt like, to me, it just felt like a family. I loved it. And like, I don't think we played the best football under Dean Smith, but we played as a unit and we played like a family. And that's what I think got us promoted in the end. Cunha tries to work through Villa's backline. He does well, in fairness. I mean, Maatsen has to make a really good tackle. Maatsen's definitely been our best player today. Bruno into Mason Mount into Cunha again. Cunha. No silly foul, boys, please. Mount into Bruno. Deflected wide. Oh, my life. The passing was good from United there. Who does this deflect? I hate deflection. We've conceded, in the years, so many deflected goals. Konza. It's a good block, actually, from Konza. It doesn't even threaten the goal. The angle we got made it look a little bit closer than what it was. It will be a corner to Manchester United. Goal before half time? I don't see a goal before half time. I don't see it. We'll see, though. We'll see. 42 minutes gone. Villa 0, United 0. I hate to say it. United have been the better team. United truly have been the better team here. And they have a corner in Mason Mount towards the far post. Martinez has been fouled, and it will be a free kick to Villa. Lenny Yoro, for some reason, has just shoved Martinez. Oh, dear. What is he doing? I know you have to, marking the keeper, you're going to get a bit tight, but he's just thrown Martinez to the ground like he's a rugby player. Strange. For 100 of you in the TikTok live, appreciate all support. Like I said, if you haven't already, please double tap the screen. Any follows, any likes will be appreciated. Shares, all that good stuff. Not many Villa accounts over on TikTok, so feel free to follow. Even if you hate Villa and you want someone to laugh at when Villa lose eventually, when our run breaks, because it probably will break at some point, you know where to go. You know what I mean? You know where to go. Emmy pushes the squad forward. He's going to play a long goal kick. We don't often go long, actually, from goal kicks, but we're going to go long here. It's gone about 70 yards. Flicked on by Tielemans. No one really reacts to that. And Lenny Yoro will have it back for United. We can press them high up, though. Yoro back to Lemons. He goes forward. I will say, I think Lindelof has struggled a little bit today. It's been okay, but I think he struggled a little bit with Sesko. I don't know if you guys will agree with me with that, but Sesko's definitely targeted Lindelof. He's not really gone to target Konza pretty much the whole game, and I think he's got the better of Victor Lindelof a couple times because he's not the quickest Lindelof. Kamara into McGinn. Good turn from McGinn. Good pass from McGinn as well. Good takedown from Rodgers. Rodgers on the left-hand side against Lenny Yoro. Rodgers cuts inside in the box. Rodgers has a go. Yeah! What a goal! It's ice cold Morgan Rodgers! finish. This boy is on fire this season. What a season he is truly having. Cuts inside past Yoro. Villa have created nothing all game. We finally have a goal just before half-time. Rodgers cuts in, right foot, bends it, beyond Lehmann's into the top left-hand corner. Aston Villa 1, Manchester United 0. And all this from John McGinn with an unbelievable pass forward. Yoro kept Rodgers onside. His touch isn't fantastic, actually, but he collects himself, beats Yoro, cuts inside. Bang! What a finish. Lehmann's doesn't even move. Aston Villa 1, Manchester United 0. What a terrific goal. He is truly having a phenomenal season for Aston Villa. What a goal. And it has been the story of Aston Villa's season, really. Games that we're not playing typically well in. I still don't think we've played well today. I didn't think we played well against West Ham. I didn't think we played well against Leeds. But it doesn't seem to matter. Villa seemingly always find a way. I don't know how we do it. I really don't know how we do it. But we always find a way. And right before half-time, it's probably one of the worst times for United to go and concede a goal. It's a terrific strike from Rodgers. United do have a corner, though. They're trying to respond quickly. Can they do so? We have 4 minutes of injury time. And, like I said, they have a corner at the whole 10. And it'll be a Bruno Fernandes corner. I think he's struggling with his hamstring, though, Bruno. He put the ball out of play, talking to the referee about his hamstring. And I've not seen him run since. So we'll see what happens with Bruno at half-time. There's a chance he could come off. Yeah, the ref cam, by the way, Benjamin, I think you said that. I'm glad you said it. The ref cam was beautiful. Corner for United. Well caught from Martinez. Really good bit of goalkeeping there. Catches it with ease. And we could try and look to catch United on the break here. Not a great... I mean, to be fair, Kamara's done really well to take that. Under pressure, that touch from Kamara and the back heel into Cash as well. Rolls Royce of a defensive midfielder, honestly. What a player Boubacar Kamara is. Rodgers' goal, Harley, terrific. Takes it beyond Yoro, bends it in the top right corner from just inside the box. In a game that has lacked any quality, really, from either team, it is a wonderful finish. And the ref cam we've got, the referee has a camera oh no, bad, that's a mistake, should be a goal. 1-1. Oh, Matty Cash is showing his shite again. Cunha makes it 1-1. I can't even be happy heading into half-time. Cash gets dispossessed. Cunha fires in. The former Wolves player makes it 1-1. That's such a silly goal. As soon as we frustrate the life out of me sometimes. We do so well to get a goal. And then what's happened here with Cash? Martinez into Konza. Konza into Cash. What are we doing? Oh, he's such an idiot, Cash. Gets dispossessed by Dorgu. Ball falls to Cunha. And Cash has had a good season, Matty Cash, but that is like the typical Cash shite that we've seen over the years of just him dilly-dallying on the ball, making a silly mistake. And Cunha from an angle fires 1-1. For God's sake, man. Right before half-time. In fairness, I was going to say, I don't think Villa deserve to be ahead at half-time, but that is such a shit way to concede. Really poor goal to concede. Yeah. It's just unnecessary from Matty Cash. Just play it long. I'd rather him put the ball out of play. It's just getting tackled there is one of the worst things that can happen. And Cunha, I mean, he is frightening, isn't he, Matheus Cunha? Absolutely frightening. Well, I'm gutted. I am gutted. Literally last week, Konza getting dispossessed as we try and play out from the back against West Ham. And they go and score. And then this week again, it's not Konza this time, it's Matty Cash getting dispossessed. It's just so preventable. It's such a preventable goal. That's what drives me insane about it. Such a preventable goal. Half time though at Villa Park. It is Aston Villa 1, Man United 1. It's funny because, to be fair, neither team deserves to be ahead here. I'm like I said, I'm going to say that. But Cash being a moron has cost Villa a goal. And yeah, it is. Like I said, it is half time. It's 1-1. Probably deserved. I don't think either team have been. I need to put the score actually in the scoreline. I thought I did that. Apologies. Yeah, it is 1-1 here. I thought it was just going to be a story of our form, really. With Villa not playing well, we take the lead and we go and win the game. But silly mistake from Cash and an equaliser. And look, he's had a good season, Cash. But I've always been that guy. And you can, if you've seen the streams before, I've always said Cash loves a mistake. He loves a mistake, and he's done it again. We do need to wake up a little bit though, because we've not played well today. We can't just keep relying on moments of magic to win games of football. To be honest, it can't keep going on like this. Yeah, in the words of Jesse from Breaking Bad, you can't keep getting away with this. And yeah, well, a mistake from Cash means so far we're not, because it is 1-1 half time. Let me know what you guys think though in the comments, in the chat. All the good stuff. Like I said, I'm live on both TikTok and the Red platform. We've got 10 people watching over here. We've got 250 over on TikTok. So I appreciate all your support. How you doing, Erin? Good morning, AJ. I'm thinking 3-2 today. Well, it's games. I think the game's got goals in it. I think we've got at least another 2 here. We'll see what happens, but it's a silly goal. It's a silly goal. What does the XG say? What does I'm sure the XG for both teams is pretty low. I can't imagine it being high. The XG philosophy doesn't like Aston Villa. Let's have a look. What's going on here? Morgan Rogers, the league's biggest XG overperformer with 0.78. Oh, we actually have registered XG. It was Rogers who missed a back heel in front of goal. What? We actually have registered our XG today. Apparently, I don't remember seeing that, but Rogers missed a chance of the flick in front of goal, but he didn't really catch it. So, I mean, if you want to say that's XG, fine. And yeah, that has been Villa's XG, really. Which is pretty hilarious. 7 shots to 5, 0.77 XG to their 0.69. 60% of the ball to United, 7 shots to their 5, 3 on target apiece. And yeah, long way to go. Still a long way to go today, but I don't think we've done enough to win today. In fairness, Aston Villa is tough. Clough United. Do I think Rogers? Do I think Watkins will get a shot? I think Watkins could hit the target definitely. It didn't, Erica. Just home, how are we playing? It's been okay. It's not been amazing. Villa took the lead through a Morgan Rogers wonder goal, and then a terrible mistake at the back from Cash getting dispossessed under pressure. Led to the loose ball finding Cunha and him putting Manchester United level on the stroke of half-time. And as much as Cash has had a good season and has proved me wrong on a lot of occasions, I've said for years I don't think Cash is good enough for Aston Villa if we want to consistently get top 4 in the Premier League. And he's, so far this season he's shown me up a little bit, but that is the old Matty Cash coming back. That is a terrible goal to concede. I'd rather him put the ball out of play. I'd rather him blast it into Rose End. I just think him pissing about with the ball as it just has cost Villa. Dorgan with a very good tackle high up. And Cunha on an angle. I mean, I felt he was going to score as soon as he was 1-on-1. I know it was on an angle, and Martinez tried to close him down, but it was a very good shot, in fairness. And yeah, probably no less than what they deserve. Like I said, I don't think either team have done enough to win today. Just watching the goal back for Rodgers though. That Rodgers goal was outrageous. And we keep doing it. We keep scoring some ridiculous goals this season. I don't know how we keep doing it. But we're going to need to find another one here. We're going to need to find another one. All quality by Rodgers, then gifted it to him. Yeah, I agree. Clearly haven't expected Agate to sit behind Bruno and Mount. So we will assess that now. Well, I imagine it was a bit of a difficult one to prepare for because I was expecting United to play a back four this week. And then they've started a 5-back with Agate and Bruno. Like I said, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. I thought Kobbie Mainoo would start, but apparently Kobbie Mainoo's injured. I think it's a load of shite personally, but we'll see. Right. We're now going to have a look. This is the section of the stream where we look at the bench and we'll see what changes we can or should make. So we got options on the bench: Bogard, Emi Buendia, Luca Dean, Alex Garcia, Evan Gesson, who I thought was going to the African Cup of Nations, by the way, but he's on the bench. Hemmings, Daniel Marlon, and Ruth. Now, a couple, obviously, Villa Academy players there, and Ruth and Hemmings, but and Bizot being the keeper. But I think Daniel Marlon and Emi Buendia are definitely options that should come on in this game. We love to do the Digne for Matson for Digne change every game. I think if we actually took the lead, I think he'd then take off Matson. But he might be inclined to actually leave him on if it's 1-1. Evan Gesson, I just don't think offers that much. I really don't think he's a good player. I'm sorry. I think he probably should have gone to AFCON, get some confidence going. I probably would have done him a world of good, to be honest. And I saw reports this week that he'd been called up as an emergency, so I have no idea what he's doing at Villa Park today, but he's apparently there, so I don't know. I've just seen this apparent XG chance of Rodgers. It does hit his heel. Oh my God, there actually is a chance of Villa. Rodgers in front of goal and doesn't get the proper connection on it. But he is in front of goal there, Rodgers. I mean, he's gone with his back heel, but he probably could have done more than that. I've just seen his chance with Sesko again. Good save, Martinez. I don't think Sesko expected Emi to be out at his feet. He doesn't really look at Martinez. He just watches the ball all the way. And then suddenly there's a goalkeeper at his feet. And yeah, we get to see ref cam on the Rodgers goal. I mean, it's a terrific shot. Just kind of annoying that we've not gone in at half-time 1-0 up. And it's a horrid mistake at the back. For United, a lot of youth on the bench. I mean, what you would say about Man United, who do they have to bring on, really, like to affect this game? Xerxes? Malacia? Like, Martinez is still not 100% fit. Eriksson, Fletcher, Lacey, and Mantato are all academy players. Bayendir and Heaton, they've listed 2 sub-goalkeepers. I think our bench is definitely stronger than theirs. Their bench is pretty terrible, to be honest. Full of youth, full of inexperience, and especially if they're say we take the lead and they're chasing this game. Who do they genuinely look for in that team? Right, I'm going to see what Villa fans are saying online. I don't think it's been a good half, really. But that has been the theme though this season. I don't think our first halves are amazing. I think there's been a lot of games. The Wolves game. Look at the Wolves game. 0-0 at half time, and Wolves were the better team against us. We won the game, and the Wolves have subsequently lost every game since as well. But yeah. So one of the comments: who's on the 9-game win streak? Seems like it's United. We're playing shit. Roger's going to be fuming. Should be 1-0 up, and once again we've messed around at the back and been found out. We'll have to learn with these needless errors. Second half, FC is needed. I mean, we can't just keep relying on the second half saving us. Eventually, this is what people say, like, when our football is unsustainable. We can't have flat first halves and just, expect to be better in the second half. We have to play games like the 90 minutes, and we don't do that. I know I'm going to sound like I'm moaning after winning 9 games in a row, but look, we've not been amazing in some of those games. Full credit to the club that we've managed to win all those games. But Leeds away, we were shocking in that first half. West Ham, shocking in that first half. Hardly created a single thing. Our only goal came from an own goal. What else? I'm just looking at some of our results recently. West Ham, shocking. Basel, I mean, we were okay. I don't think we were much better in the second half than the first, in fairness. Arsenal, you know what? Arsenal's one of the few, actually, where we did well in the first half. Brighton, we were pretty crap. Wolves, we were pretty poor. Young Boys, I'm trying to remember that one a little. Oh, Marlon, actually, we were pretty decent for that. It was the other way around. It was the second half, we were terrible. Leeds were bad in the first half. Bournemouth were pretty good. Tel Aviv, that was kind of like not a great game all round. I don't think we were good first half or second half against them, in fairness. But so many examples this season where we just don't play games like they're 90-minute games. That's what drives me insane. But we've managed to keep winning during this. Eventually, though, that is going to stop. And I just want to know what happens when it does stop. We're a second half team. We'll battle them now. So Benjamin, well, we'll see. But you can't keep doing it. Like I said, we can't keep getting away with it. They do say, though, it's a sign of a good team when you manage to win games consistently when you're not playing well. They do say it's a sign of a good team, but we'll see. I don't know. Great goal. It was a great goal from Rodgers. We keep scoring ridiculous goals. I don't know how we keep doing it, but we score ridiculous goals seemingly every single week. Our catalogue of goals this season has been ridiculous. The best goals this season will, I said earlier, third. I think half of them are going to be Villa goals at this rate. If we carry on the way we're going, it will just be like, it won't be the Premier League best goal this season. It'll just be the Aston Villa show, essentially. Like, what was Aston Villa's best goal? You know, I'll have a look what Goldbridge says, because I know he loves to tweet during games. He should be fairly impressed with what he's seen. He said, can't moan about it. What a goal for Rodgers. The defender from Lenny Yoro is shocking. I can't lie. Laurie, Yoro laid out the red carpet for Rodgers. Oh dear. Rodgers snatched back his chain from Palmer. That's his celebration. Oh man. Yeah, we another one there. We show United too much respect, and we really do. No matter how shit they are, we always play like they're still the United of like 2012. It drives me insane. Yeah, we scored in the 45th minute, and they scored in the third minute of injury time. Third minute. Which only happened because Cash, by the way, it was Cash running into Martinez, and that injury that caused it to be 4 minutes of injury time. And it was Cash's mistake. So he gives them extra time to go and score by hurting Martinez, and then he goes and gives the ball away for them to get an equaliser. Sub for United at half-time, which is unexpected, I think, is Lisandro Martinez. Wait, so who's coming off? Is it... Surely it's not Bruno. It could be Bruno and his hamstring. Well, we're going to see what's going on here. but we might be seeing Lisandro Martinez in midfield. This is how like threadbare their team is right now. It is Bruno off. Oh my life. Bruno Fernandes and his hamstring. I mean, he did have the issue in that first half. Oh my life. I mean, they've got no one else, have they? They've got absolutely no one else. So like, I laugh, but like, what can you do? Unless what other option? Luke Shaw? Do you do you put Luke Shaw in midfield? I can't believe this. Bruno Fernandes, the captain for United, has gone off with an injury, and we're going to see an out of form, out of fitness, out of position, Lisandro Martinez in midfield. Like, what? That is unreal. I can't believe that. I mean, that. I said at half time we could be seeing Emi Martinez come off because he had a head injury, but he seems to be fine here. But Bruno, yeah, he put the ball out of play for United towards the end of the first half because of his hamstring. I mean, it's a huge miss. It is official. Bruno, number 8, gone. Lisandro Martinez in midfield. We'll see how he does. I mean, he could be very good. This could be like a Joelinton moment for United, really, where they find out a player that, you know, they sign him for centre half, and he turns out to be an all right player in midfield. We could be seeing that here. He's definitely a more defensive-minded player than Bruno Fernandes. So this would have definitely suited Villa a lot more if we would have held on to a 1-0 at the end of the first half, but unfortunately we didn't. We're underway for the second half. It is Aston Villa 1, Manchester United 1. And we have 45 minutes to go and keep the record going. We have to get another goal for that, though, and it would be 10 wins in a row in all competitions if we do so. And like I said, just to reiterate the point, Bruno Fernandes, Manchester United captain, has done his hamstring, I think, and has been replaced with Lisandro Martinez in midfield. Him and Agate. They literally have no one else. They literally have no one else who can play them. With Kobbie Mainoo injured, Casemiro suspended. They're threadbare. They're absolutely threadbare. Now Bruno injured too. I mean, Bruno's not even a comfortable central midfielder anyway. Someone who plays as a 10. Hasn't really suited their 3-4-3 since Amorim has been in charge. Still does well, Bruno, but I don't know. He doesn't suit the style of play, does he? United do go long. Will be won back by Victor Lindelof. He leaves it for Maatsen. I'm still going to say, look, I wouldn't change my score prediction anyway, but I'd still be confident to say 2-1 to Aston Villa. We've been way better in the second half in the majority of our games. I mean, you look at recently just Wolves, West Ham, games like that where we were pretty poor first half but turned it around in the second half. Benjamin says we need Marlon on. I would have bought Marlon on at half time. I would have bought him on half time. I don't think Watkins. Maybe there's an option, considering the issues United have. There's an option later on in the game to play 2 up front if we're trying to go and win it. We'll see what happens, but I don't know. There's definitely things that we can do to try and win this game. Martinez shifts it towards the right hand side, finds Cash. Cash goes long into. A good pass, actually, into John McGinn. But in fairness, United do try and press Villa quite high to put us under pressure. Anana back to Victor Lindelof, former United man, into Esri Konza. I still think we're missing Torres. Because Lindelof has not tried any forward pass, I think, all game. And I think, Torres loves a 30, 40 yard ping, I should say. Anana. Not a great pass in fairness. Well won back, but it's just a little bit too much of a soft pass and well intercepted from United. I think it needed to be drilled forward. And it's kind of the story of the game, really. Misplaced passes in midfield for Villa. I think we've been dispossessed too many times as well today, and we have struggled with their system. Dallo. Back to Lenny Yoro. And now we've got Martinez at the back. So I actually don't know what's going on here now. I thought Martinez was going to play in mid. Oh, was he just playing? I think he might just drop back to cover. Yeah, he's in midfield. He just drops to cover now. Mason Mount has space to run into. Mount. What a ball. Oh, my life. Sesko misses it. What a cross from Mason Mount, by the way. I mean, that's a delightful ball. All I'm going to say is if that was a cross for Villa, I'd be very gutted that didn't lead to anything. I mean, that is such a good cross. Sesko throws himself at it, but doesn't make the contact. It's pretty well weighted. I just think Sesko is not quick enough to get it. Martinez goes long for Villa. 5 minutes into the second half, still 1-1. Watkins cushions it forward. Tielemans, good takedown, good flick towards Watkins. That should be a foul and a free kick to Villa. It is. Tielemans was brought down. Bruno back on playing keeper. Villa take it short, which I don't actually agree with. Another tackle, this time on Cash, and this time actually it's a good challenge from Lagate. Thrown to Villa. I think we probably should have actually put players forward for that, to be honest. Will be Matty Cash throwing for Villa towards the whole 10. Gets on to Kamara, goes backwards to the halfway line. Victor Lindelof. I want some sustained bit of pressure here from Villa. I don't think we've put them under any of it, really, in this game, considering their skeleton squad they've got out there. McGinn finds Amadou Onana into Matson. I don't think Onana's been amazing today either, to be fair. I think the midfield in general, him and Kamara have not been at their usual self. Konza into Watkins. Nice one-touch pass into McGinn. McGinn out wide to Cash. Back to Konza once more. Well, we've gambled. We've got players forward. We'll see if it does anything. McGinn, nice pass. Into Cash in the box. Matty Cash. Good challenge. It falls to Onana. Amadou Onana finds Matson. Gets 1-2. Ian Matson can't get out his feet, though. Watkins tries to keep it alive. Oh, Watkins ruins so many attacks, man. I don't know what he's doing with the ball there, Ollie Watkins. If that's a pass, I mean, there's no one on that far side, so I don't really understand what he's doing there. Score is 1-1. Rodgers put Villa 1-0 up, and an equaliser from Matheus Cunha right before half-time, literally in the 3rd minute of injury time. Got United level, and Bruno Fernandes has gone off injured at half-time with what I think is a hamstring injury. And we got Lissandro Martinez in midfield for Man United. Still, it seems to be their back three. They don't want to change away from that. That's a bad pass. Villa have it back. I mean, what is that? Is that Luke Shaw who played the back? I might have been wrong there. It looked like it was Luke Shaw. Onana back to Martinez. Into Lindelof. United trying to press Villa quite high up here, and then we do actually lose the ball again. I mean, the press from United has been their only way of getting chances, and we keep falling for it, unfortunately. Is Ian Matson, who I think's had a good game today, but he got caught out there. United have a corner in front of their away fans. Every single year, we never beat these at Villa Park, and every year I wonder how. And again, a team, like, they're not that great. They have a lot of injuries. They have a lot of suspensions. Their midfield is literally Agate. It's Agate and Martinez. not I will say I don't rate the header away there. Another dangerous cross, header away by Rodgers. Mason Mount wide. He's caught that poorly, Mason Mount, and he knows. He grits his teeth. Oh yeah, that is actually, it was Konsa's header initially that went straight back out wide. Then it was clearance away from Rodgers. Mount gets it to settle on his left foot, but that's a poor finish from Mount. Yeah, Benjamin, we're cursed. No matter how shit they are and how good we are, we're absolutely cursed when we play against this team. The only time we beat them since 1995 was manager bounce Unai Emery. It's the first game in charge. I think we look really poor apart from Morgan Strike. Yeah, it's kind of been the story of a lot of games this season where we've not looked great, but a moment of magic has won us the game. Everyone else with consistent 7 out of 10s, but nothing amazing, and it's just one moment of magic has won us the game. And so far, I mean, we've had a goal out of magic really from Rodgers, but we need another one because of a mistake at the back from Cash. Oh, we nearly robbed Martinez there. It was Yuri Tielemans nearly pinching the ball off Lissandro Martinez. Good pass to Dalot down the right hand side. Dalot. Oh, well defended from Ian Matson. He's had to put the ball out of play for a throw into United, but he dealt quite well there with Dalot one-on-one. I thought Dalot was a little bit awkward to deal with that. Well, according to my stats on screen, Cash and Watkins are the worst players rated. I don't disagree. I think Watkins has been a passenger again today, and it was Cash's mistake that put United level. So I would like to see both of those come off, to be honest. But Garcia? I rate Garcia though, so I don't know why Unai doesn't. But I actually think Garcia is a good player, but we never bring him on. Got a good tackle again from Rodgers. So he's been very good, just in general today. And then Kamara, he's trying to nutmeg Martinez. And Martinez goes for goal, not far away from finding an absolute missile there. And that would have really pissed me off. Because I think, I'm going to watch this again. Does Kamara just try and nutmeg Martinez? I think he goes for the meg, loses it, and Lissandro Martinez blasts one wide. It's not far wide. And look, when you're a centre-back playing in midfield, you're probably going to take today to actually try and get shots away because you never get to when you're playing at centre-half. So I don't actually blame him for having a go. He clearly has something in his locker. That should be a free kick to Villa. It is free kick. Wally Watkins needs to start performing. He has been a bit of a Wally this season. Mohamed Samala needs to come on. Watkins, I don't think he's doing it on purpose. I just think he's apparently still playing with a bad knee. So, I don't know. If it's true, then why is he starting every week? And like, say he's fine now, then why did he start with this bad knee pain in the last year? It doesn't make any sense to me. I think it's just to take pressure from him, but because you're telling me of all the sports scientists we have, would Unai actually play Watkins consistently as a number 9? I don't see it if it was genuinely true. McGinn, good pass into Kamara. There's space now for Tielemans. The pass from Kamara though isn't great, and Tielemans does keep the ball, but he wanted it in front of him, not behind. And it kind of killed the momentum of the attack here. Tielemans' cross is decent. It's going to fall to Rodgers in the box. Rodgers! Yeah! What a player he is! Morgan Rodgers again! Oh my life! What a player! Morgan Rodgers, when we are playing shit, he is the guy to do it. Every time we are in desperate need of someone performing something from nothing, it is this boy right here. Oh my word, we've created nothing again all game, and it's 2 Rodgers wonder strikes for Aston Villa. How do we keep getting away with it? How on earth do we keep getting away with it? Morgan Rodgers, it just falls kindly for him and he bends it again beyond Lehmann's. The ball just ricochets to him. Yoro defends Rodgers terribly. Lenny Yoro seriously needs to have a look at himself in the mirror here. He's just allowing Rodgers every time to cut in on that right foot, bend it beyond Layman's, and Villa, who have not played well today, once again in front at Villa Park with half an hour to play. What a strike. We're going to see another ref cam here of Rodgers. I love the ref cam. Ref cam is the best. And it's another Unai Emery celebrating as he throws his coat off as well. What a goal. Aston Villa 2, Manchester United 1. And look, I keep saying, we're not playing well. We've not played well for ages. But we just keep finding ways to win. And there's always been a thing that people say about the best sides in leagues is when they can play poorly and still win. It's always the sign of a great side. And we just keep doing it. I don't know how we keep doing it time and time again, but we just consistently find a way. Dalla, though, looking to respond. Good save, Martinez. Dorgu, brilliant challenge, Matty Cash. And it just goes out of play. Nearly span back in play there from Matty Cash's challenge. And to be fair, look, Man United looked to respond fast after they conceded their first goal in the first half. And again, they're responding pretty well here. Another fine stop from Martinez. And in fairness to Cash, who cost us a goal earlier today, actually makes a really good challenge at the far stick. Because that shot from Dorgu, Martinez just getting up off the ground. You never quite know if he's going to get to the floor again. Corner to United, swings towards the far post. It's out of play. It's going to be a goal kick to Aston Villa. It's a shocking corner from Mateus Cunha. And look, Cunha's a top player. I don't think he's a top corner taker. That is horrendously overhit. But what a boy. Morgan Rodgers. I mean, he started, him and Ollie Watkins started this season so poorly, but it just kind of took one game to click, and it was Spurs away. He got that goal for Aston Villa away at Spurs, and he's just been a completely different player ever since that Tottenham game. And today, look, Villa, we've created nothing. We've played an hour. We've created absolutely nothing today, but, Morgan Rodgers, 2 unbelievable strikes. The first one was a little bit better. It was a bit further out, but both very similar. Cutting in on his right foot, a cross goal, bending it in the top corner. Beautiful, beautiful goals. And the Villa crowd is just rocking here. And I'm just reading... I'm reading... I said this to myself as well. I'm just reading Goldbridge as he says... Yoro needs to get tighter. Dallo letting the cross go and is lazy. I mean, Lenny Yoro is just allowing Morgan Rodgers to have the time of his life out there on the left-hand side. And this is one of the few occasions where I actually think Rodgers is pretty good on the left, is when he gets that freedom to cut in on that right. But not many teams allow him to do that. So I'm not entirely sure what Lenny Yoro prepared for this week. But it doesn't look like he prepared for Rodgers. He's going to have another one here. This time it's blocked from Luke Shaw. I mean, he just keeps trying it over and over again. And why not? I mean, it just keeps working. That's surely a handball from Mount. The referee doesn't give it. As he said, it hits his shoulder. I don't understand what Yoro is playing at. I think he's defensively, Yoro's had an absolute nightmare today. Cross from Dorgu. Well defended from Konza. Cash has to make sure... Please put it out of play this time, Cash. I'm going to say just no mistakes, please. Don't get dispossessed from Dorgu. Good tackle from McGinn. Comes away with it. Free kick to Villa. John McGinn has been a man mountain in midfield today. What an unbelievable game he's having. Tackles Shaw. Gets fouled from Shaw. Relieves the pressure. I mean, is that not a booking? I mean, it would have been soft. I'm going to say it. But is it not a booking from Shaw? He literally tries to pull his shorts down. But yeah, what a game McGinn is having. McGinn is having the time of his life out there. And, when Villa weren't playing well this season, we relied on a John McGinn man of the match performance against Bologna in a 1-0 game. He got the winning goal in that game as well and commanded that midfield. And I think some games where we're not playing too well, we do need the captain to step up. And he truly is showing why he is the captain at Aston Villa. And I love him. I'll never not love John McGinn. Not many players would do a better job in midfield right now in the Premier League. Especially for the job that we need him to do, to battle. Onana, this could be a counter-attack for Villa. John McGinn on it again. McGinn down the right. Cunha tracking back. McGinn takes on Cunha, gets to the byline. Good tackle, Cunha, in fairness. And that will be a corner to Villa at the whole 10. That's John McGinn carrying the ball, getting Villa a corner. And look, Cunha is probably going to be twice as quick as John McGinn. And his tackle on McGinn is very good for a winger. I'll give him that. But it's not enough to stop the corner for Aston Villa. And this is where we've got to put the game to bed. We can't be allowing them to have touching distance. A team that we notoriously never beat at Villa Park. We can't allow them to have too much freedom in this game because we've already seen them come back. And that was a Matty Cash mistake. And Cash, he can make them. And they love to press high. So we need to make sure we put this game to bed. Corner to Aston Villa, short. Towards Rodgers. Shot is deflected and cleared away from heaven. It was similar kind of corner from, it's like the famous Trent Alexander-Arnold corner across the floor. We try and play it to Rodgers. His shot at the near post. It wasn't great connection in fairness. And it was a block from Aiden Heaven, but it was never going to go in anyway. Martinez wants to slow down the tempo here. Brings players towards him. He does go long. Won back by Dorgu. And to be fair to United, they do win the second ball, but under pressure they lose it. The referee, though, gives a foul. And I don't know. I'm going to see this again, actually, before I make my mind up. I don't think he touches him, Tielemans. I don't think Tielemans touches Agate at all, there. Yeah, Daniels, what a player. Rodgers is unbelievable. Genuinely he's having the time of his life. And I remember... And some of you Villa fans will remember as well, when we signed him from Middlesbrough, how many Middlesbrough fans were making videos about, are you sure that did Villa scout the right player? We've fleeced Villa. I remember seeing a TikTok video talking about how Middlesbrough scammed Villa and he'll be back in the Championship for half the price we paid him for. Yeah, they had our pants down, apparently. Had our pants down. And that was it. We went after the wrong Morgan. We should have gone after Whittaker or something like that. We went after the wrong Morgan. Well, probably one of the worst aged videos ever. Look, Rodgers, it has to be minimum. I mean, if Isak went for 120 million, surely Morgan Rodgers is equaling that, right? I think 120 million is not insane, especially someone who could play for England as the 10. Watkins for Aston Villa. The referee has pulled it back for offside. That's a shame. Guys, double tap screen. We've got over 5,000 likes over on TikTok today. 300 of you in the TikTok live. Please double tap. Please follow. He's offside, in fairness. To be fair to the linesman, I think Watkins is offside. And Watkins, again, I think he's had a poor game today. I think Watkins has been a passenger, really. And I definitely would be tempted to take... I'd have took him off half time, but I'd definitely be tempted to take him off now when we're 2-1 up. We could sit a bit deeper, try and play a bit long towards Daniel Marlon and his pace, as they'll probably try and push players forward. Marlon could drift out wide if we wanted him to. This is the kind of game I'd love to bring Leon Bailey on. What a cross. Oh, it should have been a goal. Oh my God, it should have been a goal. It should have been a goal. It should have been a goal for Manchester United. What a cross. And Cunha is that a free header put wide? What a ball. I mean, Konza. Ezri Konza. I love him, but he has let Cunha be free as a bird there. He should have scored. I mean, how has he not scored? How on earth has he not scored? Aston Villa let off massively there. It's a poor header from Cunha. And this is what I mean. Villa, we need to make sure that we, we hold on to this because all it takes is just one moment. And we've already seen United have an equaliser in this game from a mistake from Cash. And then that's a mistake from Konza, really, as he just lets the ball get across him. That's poor. I think it's really poor defending. Him and Lindelof made sure to complain at Konza, really, for him letting the cross go over him, and he doesn't really cover himself in any glory. Free kick to Villa, though, in the halfway line, as Agate has fouled Boubacar Kamara. He does make a genuine attempt for the ball, but he gets nowhere near it, so it is a yellow card. I don't think he's been as bad as what some people have said, Agate, but I think he has struggled a little bit out there. But some United fans that I spoke to before today were terrified of the idea of Agate, essentially, that every time he'd have the ball, something disastrous would happen. That's not happened today. I don't think he's been great. There was one moment today where he had the ball under no real pressure, 30-ish yards from Villa's goal, and he just kind of blasted it out of play for a Villa goal kick under no pressure. And I was like, well, what on earth is that? That's a mistake from Dorgu. Villa have a chance. I don't know what he thought, what kind of possible foul could be given for that. Kamara, out wide to John McGinn. McGinn waits for the overlap of Cash. Goes alone, though. John McGinn to the byline. Cross is deflected. Villa corner at the Holton. Come on, boys! Dorgu's been offering a lot more going forward for United. I think his press has been very good. His press literally got them an equaliser. Dorgu defensively, though, I think hasn't been amazing. Shane, so we've been awful tonight. Are you a United fan or a Villa fan? Because honestly, I don't... Even if you're a Villa fan, I don't think Villa have been great today. But we are 2-1 up with 20 minutes to go. Corner comes in towards Lindelof, flicked away from Dorgu. Oh yeah, the team lands us offside. That's a shame. A free kick to United. That is a shame. That's a shame. We just give them possession almost straight away after having a set piece. Hey Shane, I do agree, but I've said it all stream, and I apologise if some of you lot in here have heard it a million times today, but we didn't play well away at Leeds. We didn't play well away at West Ham. We didn't play well at home to Wolves, but we won each of those games. That's surely handball from Sesko, and it is. Free kick to Aston Villa. Sesko thinks he's playing basketball. Him and O'Brien should start a basketball team. Him, O'Brien, and Virgil van Dijk should all start basketball teams together, to be honest. How you doing? It's a greetings from Koblenz, Germany. Up the Villa, long-time Villa fan. Well, I appreciate your support. Thank you, mate. I hope you've enjoyed today. That was a bit of a mess at the back for Villa, as Konza nearly gave the ball away to United. It's again just sloppy from Villa. Cunha into Lisandro Martinez. Out wide to Diego Dallo. Dallo into Mount. Mount's cross is decent. Villa don't get it away until Martinez lands on top of the ball and ends the pressure from Manchester United. I must say it very quietly, but I think Mount has been scaring me a little bit in this game. I'll give him credit. I don't actually typically like Mount. I think he's always been kind of overhyped, but he's played well today. I'm always very honest on this channel. I think Mount has caused Villa some trouble, and I'm always worried when he's on the ball on a counter attack. Another foul and a free kick to Aston Villa. Another card, by the way. This time for a challenge on Ian Matson. It's Dallo getting booked. I'm Seb, lived in Daventry for years. Fair enough, man. You know what? I actually don't think Dallo touched Matson all too much here. I think Matson's made a meal of that. I can't even lie. Look, it's a foul. It is a foul. It's a soft one. And look, when you catch someone quite high up, you do run a risk of you're giving a foul and the card away. But I think Matson's definitely made a meal of that. Went for the nuts, to be fair. He didn't catch him. I thought he caught him in the stomach. Agate off. He's on a yellow, so it makes sense for him to be substituted. So both Agate and Bruno Fernandes, who started their midfield pivot today, both of them have gone off. Bruno went off with an injury. So we saw Lisandro Martinez come on midfield, and now, Sesko's off. Really? Fletcher. Okay. Well, we're going to see what that means. Jack Fletcher coming on for Manchester United. I'm not even going to lie. I know very little about this player. So I'm sure some of the United fans maybe in the chat can let me know how good Fletcher is. I've never seen him. I have never seen Fletcher in my life. He's an academy Manchester United player. And well, we're going to see what he can offer. We're going to see it. But I kind of feel for Lisandro Martinez because not only he's in a position that he's uncomfortable with, but he's now in one with a very inexperienced Fletcher in midfield. We're going to have Xerxes down the middle as well now. That was the other change for Man United. Xerxes on for Benjamin Sesko. I don't think Sesko's played too badly. I just think his I think his finishing is a bit rusty. It was a good save from Martinez one-on-one with Sesko, but I think in that first half he offered a threat on the break. Don't think he did anything second half. In fairness, so maybe the gas, like his gas tank ran out a little bit. But first half, I thought he caused Villa a few problems. Is it Darren? I thought his name was Fletchers. Hang on, I'll look it up. Did I read his name wrong? If it was Fletcher, then I would have presumed. I might have just read his name wrong and then just completely disassociate the fact that he could be Darren Fletcher's son. I don't know. It is Fletcher. You know what? My bad. My bad. I read Fletcher's and then just didn't connect the dots there. I'm just reading now. He might not be. Oh yeah, wait. He's the son of former Scottish international Darren Fletcher and twin brother of fellow United youngster Tyler Fletcher. So there's another Fletcher in the United Academy. So fair enough. Look, he's got a huge legacy behind him, Jack Fletcher. I'll say that. Sub for Villa, Ollie Watkins is coming off for Daniel Marlon. And I did say it, and you can go back on the stream. I said if Villa are winning 2-1, it will be Maatsen off for Digne, and that's exactly what's happened. Digne does replace Ian Maatsen. We love the change. We'll typically, if we're chasing a game, it's always Maatsen for Digne. If we're trying to defend in a game, it's gonna be Digne for Maatsen. I think they both complement Villa very well, and they offer very different things. And I like having both. I think they're both very good fullbacks. But there are some games that suit Digne more, and there's some games that suit Maatsen more. I think Digne is definitely more of an option if you're playing away, and I think Maatsen's more of an option if you're playing at home. If you want to be the home team that is putting the opposition under pressure and having someone that can bomb out wide as an attacking fullback, Maatsen's your man. Digne is the solid defender who can put a cross in potentially from deep if needed. And I love it. I wish we had more options out on the right hand side, because I think we're way stronger on the left. Maatsen's coming good. I've always said Maatsen struggled defensively, but I think he's improved with that this season. I think he's defended well today in Maatsen, in fairness. McGinn, good ball into Rodgers. To the byline he goes. Rodgers cuts inside. He's on the right-hand side this time, though. Rodgers hooks across him. What a ball! Tielemans can't connect very well with his header. Mason Mount under pressure, in fairness. Actually, does find a good pass, and United get a free kick as well with a foul on Xerxes. I'll give credit to Mount there, under pressure. Did well to distribute the ball. If I've missed any comments, I apologise. I've probably missed tons today because I've had so many viewers over on TikTok. So I appreciate all the support. 301 people in the TikTok live. 5.4k likes. I know we can push that to 6k in the next couple of minutes, guys. There's definitely people here who've not double tapped the screen. So please do if you haven't already. Good pass into Mason Mount here. Mount on his left foot. Good challenge from Onana, making the block. And Villa coming away with it with John McGinn. And he tries to knock it beyond Luke Shaw. It does go out of play. I would have been tempted to bring Bogard on, to be honest. And maybe he's just waiting a little bit longer, but I think Bogard for Onana would have been a good change to make about now. I always think maybe he likes the physicality of Onana towards the latter stages of games, where if we're trying to defend a set piece, Onana is 6'5", where I think Lamar Bogard is like my height. So like, we'll see. Actually, you know what? I'll have a look at it. I might be taller than Bogard, actually. Bogard heights. Okay, you know what? Fair enough. Bergard's taller. He's 6 foot. I'm 5'11". So fair enough. Bergard's actually taller than me. I didn't think he was 6 foot. I've seen Bergard at Villa Park. Fair enough. He didn't look 6 foot to me there, but sure. Good tackle from Tielemans as well. Kamara, he catches very late Cunha there, and he. To be fair to the referee, he's done well there. He's just told Cunha to get up. Kamara immediately went to the referee and was just like, "Look, I've gone for the ball. Just caught him a bit late." I was worried that he was going to get a yellow card for that, but the referee did see a bit of sense there. Dorgu, bad pass, terrible pass, straight to a Villa player. Tielemans through to McGinn, bad first touch and a good tackle from Luke Shaw. In fairness, look, I've said it's been a scrappy game all afternoon, but they're starting to win a few more of these tackles now in midfield, and with 10 minutes to go, United have to put the pressure on Villa to try and get something from the game. Dorgu cross is deflected off Cash, and to be fair to Cash, since his mistake, I think he's done very well in the second half. It was his poor mistake that led to an equaliser for United with Cunha. But it was another bit of Rodgers' magic that put Villa 2-1 up. 2 goals for him today. City should get Rodgers. What? City buying another Villa player to take his freedom away. I hate it. City ruin players, man. Any imagination just goes. In fairness, we're seeing Cherki actually play with a bit more freedom, so maybe Pep has loosened up on his strict tactical ideas, because we're seeing Cherki do more, which is nice. Who would have thought you'd take a creative player and allow them to be creative and he does something good? Well, they better not give that. I was going to say, on my life, please get it away. Guys, one of you, for God's sake, thank you. We're just literally standing around waiting for each other to kick the ball away. There was like a 2-second pause then, where Kamara, was it Tielemans also around the ball there as well, just stood next to it like, all right, one of you clear it. Yeah, Lindelof blasts it into the, from a yard away into the hand of Tielemans, but there's no way he'd get out of the way. And there's just like a pause. Just one of you clear it, please, for the love of God. Dallow's such a dislikable player. It's not only I don't think he's dislikable, I think he's also shit. I think he's really... Look, there'll be United fans as well. Surely you back me up. Surely there's a United fan in this comment section that agrees to me that he's shit. I've seen Dallow play for a few years now. I've never really rated Dallow. I think this season has been very poor in general. He's just not built for this 3-4-3. That'll be like the fair defense of him. But he has been pretty shit. Rodgers does well against Luke Shaw. That's surely a foul on Kamara, no? The referee doesn't give it. You know, I'll give credit as well. Just so it shows I'm not just shitting on United. I actually think Luke Shaw has been pretty good for United when they've called upon him. I'll give Shaw credit. Because, he's had his injury issues and stuff. But I think Shaw in a back 5 is not actually that bad. I think he's played okay today. I think Lenny Yoro, though... If I was Amorim, I would literally be taking Lenny Yoro to one side and being like, why on earth are you allowing Rodgers to cut in on his right foot multiple times? It's literally been the reason why we won today. We've not been great today, Villa. I don't think United have been great either. But so far, we're winning this game because Lenny Yoro is just allowing Rodgers consistently to cut in on that right foot. Especially when he's already done it and scored. The fact he allowed him to do it again is just unbelievable. Goal kick to Aston Villa. As I thought they was going to have a corner for that because Digne's chasing it. So is that what Cunha's saying to the referee? I'm not too sure. But a goal kick is given to Manchester United. Sorry, to Aston Villa. Yeah, Cunha's still complaining at the referee. Well, yeah, to be fair to Cunha, look, in fairness to Cunha, if I see a defender trying to chase a ball desperately to keep it in play, he doesn't get there, and then the referee gives a goal kick, then you'll be like, well, why on earth is he busting a gut to try and get there? It's clearly he thought that it hit a Villa man last, and he's therefore tried to keep it in play. So I think Cunha definitely has a point. It's like, well, Digne clearly felt it would have been a corner to United. I thought it was going to be a corner to United. It is a double sub for Villa. Evan Gesson and Emi Buendia are both coming on. So we're going to see John McGinn being substituted. And look, Gesson... what can I say about Evan Gesson? He tracks back. That's one thing I'll give him, in fairness. He does track back and he does defend. So when he's out on the right-hand side, he will be running back and helping Matty Cash defend. There's not a lot else I can give Evan Gesson, and I'm very surprised after hearing all week that he was going to be called up as an emergency player for Ivory Coast in the AFCON. I'm surprised he's in Birmingham, to be honest, but here he is, coming on. I'd actually like to see Gesson converted to a right back. I think Gesson, you know what? I think Gesson would be good in a back five. We'd never play it. But call me insane, and like maybe I am insane. Gesson would probably suit Amorim's system, no? Oh, nice touch. Rodgers, players ahead of him. Rodgers goes for goal himself. Oh, it's just a bit greedy. I know he's on a hat-trick, Rodgers, but fucking hell. He's got options to his left and right. And he's just blasted it straight into the back of Luke Shaw. He is desperate to get a hat-trick. I get it, but like, probably the better pass there was to Evan Gesson. Dorgu shrugs off Kamara like he's not really there. Gets a 1-2 again. Dorgu passes crap. Oh my life, Dorgu. For one good thing Dorgu does, he then does 2 bad passes. And in fairness, then we give the ball away poorly as well. Shot from distance from Cunha into the hands of Martinez. This has really been a poor game of football. I can't lie. The standard of football has been pretty dire today. And it has just been one off, as of right now, not to jinx it, it has been one off 2 moments of magic from Morgan Rodgers, and United's goal was a bad mistake at the back from Cash. It's not been passages of play, really, that has led to any goal. It's just been super strikes from one incredibly talented player who should be playing for England every week. Watkins was subbed. I did say it, but I just mention it again. Watkins came off about 10 minutes ago. I mean, that says a lot, really, because Watkins doesn't really do much anyway. And Marlon has had very little of the ball. Marlon for Watkins, Digne for Matson was 10 minutes ago, and we just had Buendia for Onana, Gesson for John McGinn. Corner to United. Caught from Martinez. Their corners have been vacuumed by Emi Martinez every time. Lacey has come on for Lenny Yoro as well. So that's the second academy player. Ooh, bit of a mistake there from Tielemans, but to be fair to Lindelof, he blasts it forward. And this is what I wanted Cash to do earlier. If in doubt, and if there's any kind of doubt there, just hack it forward. And that is something Cash should have done in the first half, but he didn't do it, and he got dispossessed and United scored. I'd rather do the Lindelof approach of no nonsense and just blast it. If you give them possession, fine, but we're probably going to lose it anyway with the bad, I think it was a bad pass from Tielemans, wasn't it? Or a bad control of the ball. And we just hack it forward. I don't care. I'd rather take no risk there at the back. Mason Mount into Xerxes. He gets a 1-2 Mount. Oh, Mason Mount. Mason Mount missiles it wide with looking for a pass. He's not just missed the pass, he's missed it by miles. Final sub for Villa will be Lamar Bogard, and I did say I thought he was going to come on. And it is going to be Boubacar Kamara. He's going to come off for Lamar Bogard. So I'm just trying to see if have we possibly shifted any player around here, because we still have Tielemans out there, but it's now, I think it's going to be Buendia with Ollie. Tielemans dropping back into midfield, and he's going to be alongside Bogard. So Tielemans as like the 8, Bogard as the 6, and Buendia as the 10. Rodgers on the left and Gesson on the right, with Marlon up front. I think that's what has happened here, because there's no way we're playing Tielemans in a more advanced role than Emi Buendia. I refuse to believe that. Digne's throw is long, looking for Morgan Rogers. Free kick to Aston Villa. I didn't really see what that was for, to be honest. We take it quickly, though. It does hit the referee, and we'll have to take it again. Which is a bit annoying, because that was actually a good pass, but it is what it is. My Flash Score app has said Dorgu's been United's best player. I think it's a load of waffle. It was Dorgu's tackle that led to United getting a goal. But I don't think Dorgu's been that great. His pressing has been good. I just don't think defensively Dorgu's been all that. I don't know. At least they've crucified Lenny Yoro with a 6.2. Yoro was shocking. I think Lenny Yoro really showed his naivety today. And you've got, as a defender, sometimes you've got to give respect to players who are hot on form. And he just did not respect Rodgers enough in this game, which allowed Rodgers to bend two in the top corner. If Yoru if he defended Rodgers a bit tighter and just, stopped him going on his right foot, this could have been a completely different game. Because Villa, even now, Villa have created absolutely nothing today. It's just two magical wonder goals from Rodgers that has won the game. Tay Barco, let's not get carried away. I'm very happy and proud of Villa. I say it every week though, we're not playing well, but we're winning games somehow. We are defying logic. We are performing miracles. This could be a chance for United. We've been caught out of possession here. Cunha. Oh, good tackle. Vicious strike as well there from the academy product for United. I didn't see his number there. I think it was Lacey who had a shot there. Cunha did well to carry the ball. It was a good tackle from Tielemans. Lacey skips away from the tackle of Tielemans, but his shot into the arms of Martinez is a simple one to save. I'm just going to double check it. It was Lacey's shot. Oh, they come again here, United. 4 minutes out of time, showing cross from Dorgu, headed up rather than away from Luca Dean. Rodgers now back to Digne. Villa pressed very high up here. Rodgers tries to play out of it. Emi Buendia back to Digne. Villa go long. Nice clip pass, actually, looking for Morgan Rodgers, but it does go out of play. I like the idea. The execution wasn't amazing. And now Tielemans is down. Tielemans breathing out his arse there. Did he get winded or something? I didn't see what happened. Yeah, I think he's just had an elbow in his lungs there. He's just struggling to breathe a little bit, Youri Tielemans. A minute played, 3 to go. Aston Villa 2, Manchester United 1. 2 wonder goals from Rodgers has been the difference this evening. Villa, as things stand, are on their way to 10 consecutive wins in all competitions. Still have a long way to go. Still 3 minutes to go of injury time here. And it's not been a great game from Villa. It's been a very scrappy game. And Dorgu! Free kick to United. It's going to be a card for Bogard. Yeah, it's look. You know what? I don't dislike this foul from Bogard. I'd rather him get the ball, but I don't actually dislike the foul. It stops Dorgu racing towards our defence there with Matty Cash chasing him alongside. So Cash out of position, running towards the likes of Lindelof and Konza with players to his right. I'd rather him make the foul there. Does give United a chance to put a cross in, and they will push players forward for this. And I do remember a Scott McTominay winner from a set piece at Villa Park a couple of years ago. So I'm hoping it's not going to be. Was it? It was a couple of years ago. Last year was 0-0. Please not repeat. Free kick from Mount. To the roof of the net it goes. He's gone for goal there. Mason Mount. He's fancied that. I mean, that's audacious from Mount now. He has fizzed that towards the near post. It's not a poor... No, not a poor. It is kind of a poor shot. It's not a bad idea. but it's not fantastic execution from Mason Mount. I feel like you probably should whip that towards the far post, but I kind of get it. Maybe catching Martinez out, because I did not expect a shot there. But Emmy had it covered regardless. Mr. Ree, with a minute to go, it's Aston Villa 2, Man United 1, a double from Morgan Rogers. 2 wonderful strikes from Morgan Rogers has been the difference here. It was a mistake from Cash that led to Cunha getting United level after Rogers scored the first goal. And in the second half, Rogers with a missile putting Villa 2-1 up. Again, 2 mistakes from Lenny Yoro, really, allowing Rogers to get in on that right foot to bend it across goal. And a game that Villa have not created anything, really. I think both Marlon and Watkins have been passengers today. Watkins for the first 75 minutes. I couldn't name one thing he did today, really. And Marlon, subbed on for him, has received very little of the ball. In fact, I might actually have a look at the end of the game to see how much of the ball he had, how many touches. Dallo throws it quickly to Martinez. 10 seconds to go at Villa Park. Bogard takes over. Back to Digne. He goes long looking for Rogers. Rogers surely will hammer it forward. He will. Looking for Gesson. And Gesson does well, though, under pressure with Luke Shaw. Still going, Evan Gesson. Tackles very good. And that's the win! It's full time! Villa have beaten Manchester United at Villa Park for only the second time since 1995. We never seem to beat them here. The only win prior to today was at home on Unai Emery's opening game as an Aston Villa manager. We beat them 3-1 that day. And we've gone winless at Villa Park against United. In fact, winless in general. We never seem to beat Man United. But we've done it today, finally, thanks to 2 magical strikes from Morgan Rogers. It's the difference today. I am delighted. Once again, though, it's not an amazing performance from Villa, but we do enough again to win. We are just long shot FC, miracle FC, whatever you want to call us. Whatever you want to call us. Keep doubting us. 10 wins in a row. 10 wins in a row. We just keep finding our way to 3 massive points in the Premier League. I appreciate you guys, as always. For the final time today, please double tap the screen. If you have enjoyed this stream, please hit the follow button as well. I'm going to do a video on TikTok in just a couple minutes, so watch that as well, just to give my full rundown of today. Thank you all for being here. It's been amazing. It's been a blast. Oh, the Villa. What a result.